This is by far and away my favorite cocktail book. I'm Brian Johnson, and in this episode of Better Cocktails at Home, I'm going to be reviewing David Embury's The Fine Art of Mixing Drinks. Now, this book was first published in 1948, and there were a couple versions after it. This particular one is actually in print now currently, so you can go get it. Just out of the way, this book has a number of typos in it from when they scanned the originals, and it can be a little painful at times to get through the typos just because there's so many of them, but really just try to avoid that and go for the content. And so the content is really why I love this book. I guess I have sort of I just connect with David Embury because he, like myself, he's not a bartender. He was a business lawyer back in the day. And so he just did this kind of as a hobby, and he was clearly very talented at it, and he knew what he was doing. So I guess I like that aspect of it. It's kind of written by somebody who's not part of the industry per se. And so he just has a really, I think, good, solid, fundamental knowledge of cocktails and kind of how he approaches constructing them and how he kind of lays out, how to go about making cocktails. And so I really like that aspect to it. There's a lot of text, just pages after pages of text on his philosophy and kind of the six main drinks. And it does have just a solid recipe section in the back. This like the second half of it, just all recipes. It's actually laid out, I have found, not very well. So it's just, I don't really use it for recipes that much, but I think the philosophy behind it is really important. And it just is I think a very important book for people who are getting into cocktails to read. Now, because it was written in 1948, it's got some, there's some sexist stuff into it, which gives you a glimpse into the times of the past, but that's just the way it was back then. And for a little bit of that, I'm willing to take an amazing cocktail book. So I really like it. I think it's probably, I would say, a must-own for your cocktail book library. But that's my take on The Fine Art of Mixing Drinks.